The outside is all decorated. Kitchen shelves are all decked out. Kitchen tree is decorated. The villagers are ready. The stockings are hung. The main Christmas tree almost completely decorated. It's time to start the best time of the year. Welcome to day one of Vlogmas. Bucket List Homestead. Today is day one of Vlogmas. It is also day one of the 12 treats of Christmas. Every day for the next 12 days, I will not only be making one treat for Christmas, I'll be uploading it every day as part of Vlogmas 23. Yes, I have decided to do Vlogmas this year. And I'm really excited about it, and I hope you all are too, and I'm so happy to be bringing you along with me while I do this. So today, day one treat is Aiden's all-time absolute favorite treat in the world. I could make this every week for 52 weeks and Aiden would not find that enough. We are making whoopie pies. Now, I am originally from Maine, and growing up, we are taught that whoopie pies were invented in Maine. I've since had some people kind of argue with me lovingly, telling me that that's not true. It wasn't invented in Maine. I don't know. All I know is in Maine, these are huge. There are festivals devoted to the whoopie pie. There are people who will travel long distances to where supposedly the best whoopie pies are made. I'm gonna say they're from Maine, and I make these every Christmas. I only make them usually about twice a year. Sometimes I make them for Valentine's Day, but I always make them for Christmas. And I've tried to make the recipe healthier over the years, and it doesn't work. So I figure once a year is not going to kill us if we have to eat some vegetable shortening. That will be coming later in the recipe for the filling. For now, we're going to make the chocolate cake part of the whoopie pies. During this video, you're going to see a few little tips that will pop up. These are just little tips that I have learned over my many years, 30 years of Christmas baking for my family, that have helped me make it a little less stressful and a little bit easier to actually get things done. So make sure you look for the little pop-ups during the video. First, we need to get our aprons on. If you've been here before, you know I can be a bit of a messy baker, so I always wear my aprons, but I love my aprons. I have several. I'm going to pull my hair back because nobody wants mom's hair in their treat. And the good thing about doing these treats for the next 12 days, I plan on freezing a lot of these and then just taking them out to either bake or defrost the week of Christmas. So I get to enjoy time with my family when everybody's on Christmas vacation. So to save us a little bit of time, in here I already have 1 1/4 cups of sugar, 2/3 cup of butter, and 2 eggs. And we're just gonna cream these together. So now we're going to add our dry ingredients. So you're going to need 2 1/2 cups of flour, all-purpose, a 1/2 cup of cocoa, a 1/4 teaspoon of cream of tartar, a teaspoon of baking soda. So we're going to get those mixed together and stir them up. Stir these all up. You're also going to need 3/4 cups of milk. I'm just using 2%. That's what we have. So, some vanilla. Okay, so I'm going to add about half of this. And we're going to mix it up slowly. Once that starts mixing a bit, I'll add half the cup of milk. Yeah, half of the milk. And then the rest of the dry. And the rest of the milk. And I'm going to add my vanilla. It says a teaspoon, or a 1/4 teaspoon. I believe vanilla is like garlic, and you pour in as much as you want. So that's probably a good teaspoon. Don't put your vanilla away. We will need it later for the frosting or the filling. Okay, we're just going to give this a good mix. I'm going to make sure, oh, that smells good. Make sure this is all mixed in. Give it another whirl. And my oven is preheated to 350 degrees. I have a big cookie sheet that I'm going to line with parchment. I think we're done. So I let Aiden pick which size of whoopie pie he would like me to make. Before I tell you which one I'm using, comment down in the comments which one you think Aiden picked for the size of the whoopie pies this year. Large, medium, or small? I'll give you a few seconds to guess. If you guess large, you are right. And this is the easiest way. This is actually a new thing for me. Using the cookie scoop. I find this is a huge help in making cupcakes, cookies. I have them in all sizes. It's probably one of my favorite tools for baking in the kitchen. I love these things. So we're just going to make them, and we want them roughly the same size because one's a top, one's a bottom. And we're just going to go, I'm probably going to need a second because these do spread quite a bit. A little, well, I shouldn't say quite a bit, but they will spread. And that one's too close, so we're going to slide it over. So my mother tells me she learned about whoopie pies from her home ec teacher. I believe her name was Mrs. Clark when she was in junior high. And that's how she came to be known. That's how she came to know about whoopie pies. And then she passed it on to my sister and I. And my mother has to make these even to this day. Every year she has to make whoopie pies too. She started making bite-sized ones, she said, which is a good idea. And I have done bite-sized before, but the boy doesn't like the bite-size. So that's all I'm going to do on this tray. It's definitely going to take another tray. Like I said, I like to give them enough room to spread. And sometimes I'll wet my finger a little bit if I think they've got, you know, too many ridges or whatever to kind of smooth them out a little bit. But I think I'm going to let these ones go. They're not too bad. Okay, so these are going to go in the oven. I'm going to do them for 12 minutes. And then we'll see if they're done. They usually take anywhere from 15 to 17 minutes. They have never taken 15 to 17 minutes. 13 minutes max. So while our cookies are cooking in the oven, we're going to make the filling. Now, you have to promise me to trust me, okay? I promise you, these are delicious. And I have tried making them other ways, and it did not work. Aiden especially didn't like them. Even I found they didn't taste the same. So I am using my mother's recipe that she gave me that I always used to use. I've gone back to it. So one of the things you're going to need for the filling is vegetable shortening. I know this stuff is not great, but once a year is not going to kill us. I tried it with my lard last year. That was a disaster. I tried it with butter. It was okay. So you could totally do it with butter, but it still did not taste the same. So I went and bought myself some vegetable shortening. I'm gonna have to make some more whoopie pies because it's literally the only thing I use it for, and that's a lot in there. So you need a half a cup of shortening, and I already have that in a clean bowl here. I'm going to need a cup of sifted powdered sugar. Sifted really makes the difference with this because it makes it much smoother. And you're going to need fluff and some vanilla and some milk. Okay, so first I'm gonna get my cup of powdered sugar going in my sifter. I'm gonna put this in here. The first cookies are gonna be done. I gotta go check on them in about a minute. So let's see if we can get this going before they come out. So there's our cup of powdered sugar. Okay, that's going in with the shortening. Oops, get it all in. We need, again, a teaspoon of vanilla, give or take. Okay, I actually don't want to put too much in because I don't want this too soupy. Our fluff, so we need a cup of the fluff too. I'm just gonna guess, but oh, there's our first cookies. So 12 minutes was perfect. So the first batch will come out. They look amazing. I've got the next batch in, and I have enough batter left for 4 more scoops. So, okay, back to this. So we got about a cup of our fluff in here. This stuff is delicious, but messy. Okay. And I'm just gonna add a teeny bit, probably about a tablespoon of milk, and we'll probably add more as we go. And that's it. And we're gonna whip it up.
Whoa, oh, oh, la da da da, oh, oh, la da da da, oh, oh, la da da da, making our Christmas memories. I've been working so much lately.
It looks perfect. Oh my goodness, that is the exact consistency we want. The only thing I'm worried about is where Aiden had me make them with the large scoop. I'm thinking I should have doubled the recipe. So I am gonna just double everything I just did. I'm just gonna add it to this bowl and whip it up again. First, we gotta taste it. That's whoopie pie filling. Oh my goodness, that's good. So I'm not gonna add quite a half a cup of shortening. I'll probably do a little less than half, but I'll still do a cup of powdered sugar and a cup of fluff. Okay, this filling is perfect. David tasted it too. He said it doesn't taste too sweet to him, or he said it thinks it's sweet enough. It doesn't need any more, and that should be enough to do our cake part. So I'm just gonna set it aside and let it sit for a bit because we're gonna have to let the cake parts cool. Couldn't think of my words there. So we're gonna let that cool. I'm gonna get the first batch out, put them on my cooling racks, and we'll let them cool down, and we'll come back and we will fill them. If you like this video, don't forget to give me a big thumbs up, and if you haven't subscribed, please hit the subscribe button. And don't forget to hit the little bell so you know when all the new videos, especially for this month, are coming out. These are picture perfect whoopie pie cakes. Look, Mom! They came out perfect. So this is 1 whoopie pie, 2 whoopie pies, 3 whoopie pies. So this will be 4. We have another 6, I believe, in the oven. So that's 3 more. So that's 7, and I know I can get at least 2 more. So this was gonna probably make between 9 and 10. I definitely could have got an even dozen if I had gone with the smaller scoop, but here they are, they look good. I did have 2 that wanted to belong together, so I just waited till they cooled and just separate them a little bit, so that's not so bad. Good thing is you get to eat the little piece you take off. So we're gonna let these all cool down. I'll bring you back and we will fill them. Hopefully I can keep Aiden out of them long enough to actually show you what they look like.
Jingle bells ringing in my ear. Jingle bell, a sound that's oh so dear. Frosty the snowman is all around town. Watch out for reindeers are falling down.
First batch are nice and cool. They're the best batch too. They came out the most round. The other ones are a little misshapen, but as long as I can find another one that's similar, we're okay. And because I had just a little bit of batter left, I actually did a couple of bite-sized ones too, though they're more like 2 bites. So if I'm feeling fancy, I will get out my piping bag, but I don't feel fancy today, so I just use an offset spatula. You don't want too much because you don't want them leaking out the side. Probably maybe 2 tablespoons worth is what I use. It also depends on the size of your cake. Okay, and then we put the one I found that matched it, and there is a main whoopie pie. Okay, I'm just gonna keep frosting this batch.
Watch out for reindeers are falling down. We stay up waiting for Santa tonight. He climbs down the chimney at the speed of light, while we're dancing around the Christmas tree, hugging and kissing, just you and me. Carolers are singing outside our door, lovely songs we all heard.
And there we have it, day 12 of 12 Treats of Christmas and day 1 of Vlogmas all finished. I am so excited to share with you the next 11 treats I have planned for these first 12 days of Vlogmas. And I know my family is going to be very happy because it's definitely going to taste like Christmas in this house. Until then, take care, God bless, and we'll see you all soon.